TeQuiera Wolfork is a nurse home visitor with Nurse Family Partnership in Warner Robins, Georgia. She is a proud graduate of Georgia Southwestern State University. After graduation, TeQuiera worked at her local hospital in labor and delivery before finding her dream job with the Nurse Family Partnership, where she has been for the past 5 years. Her most recent accomplishments include talking with Georgia legislators, along with one of her clients, to testify about the success and key goals of Nurse Family Partnership. While not at work, TeQuiera enjoys spending time with friends and trying new recipes. Welcome, TeQuiera Wolfork.
Thank you so much, Maria, for that wonderful introduction. I'm so blessed to be here. I also want to thank all the participants for being here on this wonderful Saturday. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here to understand more about mental health in the Black community. So thank you all so much. So today we're going to address the stigma surrounding mental health in the Black community. Of course, my name is TeQuiera Wolfork. I want to kind of begin this with a conversation among us. So when you look at this picture, what is it saying to you? If everybody could just kind of type their responses in a chat box, what is this picture saying to you? You're definitely right. Yes. Yes.
Let's football.
Everything y'all are saying is so true. So true. That is right. So, what have you heard about mental health? Type those answers in the responses too. What have you heard? Oh my God, I'm loving all the responses that I'm seeing. I'm absolutely loving it. All right. So, I just want to talk to let you guys know that, everybody has mental health experiences, either if it's you or your family, everybody's experiencing it. So I just want you guys to be comfortable. Let's talk about this. Let's start the conversation and make the conversation. Okay, next slide. So I am a nurse home visitor for Nurse Family Partnership, where I have been for almost 6 years. Nurse Family Partnership is a home visiting program that empowers first-time moms to transform their lives and create better future for themselves and their babies. During the home visits, which span for about 2.5 years, I provide content that is based on clients' requests, nursing assessment, and program topics. As a nurse home visitor, I am able to build a trusting and supportive relationship with my clients and serve as a resource and support system. Because we have developed this relationship, clients are able to trust in me. I'm also able to catch on to some behavior or attitudinal changes, which gives me the opportunity to ask, Is everything okay? Which makes the first step in addressing mental health concerns. Next slide. So I've seen a lot of these responses in the chat boxes. So have you heard that mental health conditions equal crazy? Have you heard Black people don't have any mental illness? Have you heard you have to be a strong Black woman? Have you heard give it to God or pray it away? Have you heard Black people don't use therapists? Have you heard don't put our business in the streets? Have you heard your information will be used against you? Many people in the Black community don't seek mental health treatment due to the negative stigma that our culture has portrayed. Have you heard any of these myths? I know you have because y'all put the responses in. No one wants to be viewed as crazy. Are you afraid to disclose any mental health information out of fear that it will be used against you? Are you afraid that you won't get a job, that you won't get the promotion that you want, or even that social services will come take your baby if you tell them that you are experiencing mental health issues? As Black women, we are sometimes often forced to be a strong Black woman. I often hear many of these stigmas when working with my clients. These stigmas are the reason that prevent us from seeking help that would be beneficial to alleviating the problem. So trying to address these myths are harder because they're so embedded in our culture. But we must address these myths in order to begin breaking the stigma and redirecting our thinking. Next slide. So, did you know 13.4% of the US population identifies as Black or African American? Of those, 16.9 report having mental illness in the past year. That is over 7 million people, which is more than the population of Chicago, Houston, and Philadelphia combined. 20 to 25% of mothers suffer from perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. Did you know that Black women are twice as likely to suffer from a mental health condition, but Black women are less likely to receive services? Some socioeconomic factors that play a role in this are lower paying jobs, affordable housing, and systemic racism. They all play a role in why Black women are more likely to suffer from any kind of perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. When Black women experience racism in other settings, such as education, work, criminal justice system, they anticipate that in mental health. Black women, we feel misunderstood sometimes by society, but by seeking treatment, we are allowing for more research to be conducted about mental health and Black women. We will be pioneering for more resources for the Black community, especially women. Becoming a mother, whether it's your first baby or not, can be extremely challenging, as you may not have a healthy support system and feel alone. But without treatment, mothers are more at risk for problems like substance abuse, birth complications, pregnancy-related death, and suicide. Perinatal mood and anxiety disorders may also cause problems with the baby, including problems with behavioral and cognitive development. Next slide. So, why do we care? As women of color, we are often taught to fight the stigma within our communities surrounding mental health conditions. So let's break the stigma. Educate yourself and others. Talk openly about mental health. Choose empowerment over shame. Education surrounding mental illness and normalizing mental health problems may help individuals recognize that treatment for a mental health problem doesn't have to be any more shameful than treatment from any physical health problem. Talk openly about mental health. Speak up about mental health. Speaking up empowers others in the community to know that they are not alone. It also brings awareness and representation to mental health providers. Change the language associated with mental health. Use positive words. Using positive words enables positive thoughts about mental health and decreases judgment about those who have mental health conditions. Empowerment means owning your own story instead of letting others dictate how you are viewed. Breaking the stigma allows for us, the Black community, to understand that mental health is just as important as your physical health. It's an important part, an important component of your overall health and well-being. Next slide. So, be all you can be. Make your mental health a priority. Acknowledge the need for help. Seek treatment and support. And find positive coping methods. Make your mental health a priority. I often tell my clients, if you can't be 100% for yourself, how can you expect to be 100% for your baby? Incorporate some me time. It can be a few minutes or a few hours, but take time to focus on yourself. Acknowledge the need for help. You cannot do it all by yourself. Sometimes you just need help. As a new mom, you may find yourself putting the needs of others before yourself. Seek assistance from a friend or a family member to watch your baby while you get much needed rest. Remember, it's okay. You don't have to be super mom. Seek support and treatment. When Black mothers experience anxiety or any other mental health condition that affects their daily function, they must understand how important it is to talk to a mental health professional. Untreated mental health conditions make it harder for you to bond with your baby. Get your baby the necessary treatment he or she may need and may lead to developmental problems later on in life. We, as a Black community, sometimes feel as though mental health conditions will resolve themselves, or we may self-treat. We need to find a mental health provider, you guys. We need to seek treatment. You have to find a provider whose views align with yours. And remember that mental health providers are trained to help individuals deal with mental health conditions. They provide an unbiased opinion and they help you find positive coping methods. And then some positive coping. I often encourage my clients to focus on the positive aspects of motherhood and their life. We sometimes seem to focus on everything that's going wrong. We need to find the positives that we're doing. So find some positive aspects of motherhood. Know what you're doing right. Don't always focus on what you may think you're doing wrong. Take time to laugh and then figure out what makes you happy. Is it singing, dancing, coloring, whatever it is? Just find out what makes you happy and incorporate that into your schedule. Next slide. It is important for us to begin now, breaking the stigma so that we can have better lives for ourselves, our families, and the future of the Black community. Black mental health matters. Together, we can break the stigma. So now that we've finished, I kind of want to see what you guys are feeling. Why do you feel it is important that we seek treatment? And do you feel like you'll seek treatment now? kind of type your responses in the comments. Oh, yes. You are so right. On your own story, yes. It doesn't matter your age. I saw that. Yeah, it doesn't matter your age at all. Everybody needs mental health treatment. Everybody. You're right. It affects your family. Yes. So, and then just talking about mental health, talking about, hey, I seek treatment. It might empower your best friend who never knew that she needed treatment or who was kind of scared in the beginning. But if you're that first person who's making a step and saying, yeah, I have a therapist, and this has been the best time of my life, I'll tell anybody that in a heartbeat. Look, I have a therapist, that's the best time of my life. She tells me what I need to hear, and plus she doesn't know anybody that I'm talking about. And so I'll tell people, which empowers other people's, oh, you're doing it, so I could do it. So just keep talking to people, letting them know, I seek therapists. I seek therapists. Let them know that you're not alone. You don't have to be alone. Just let them know. Let's see. Yes, yes. Hold safe space. Yes. I love you guys. This is so this is so much. Okay. So can we go to the next slide? So I know I saw in the comments that mental health can be expensive, and you're right. It can be, but you have to think about prioritizing it. Mental health right now is for your future. It's for your future. Find somebody that you like. You don't have to go every week, or just try to figure out what she prefers. Get a schedule. She might have a budget plan that she could work with people. So yes, find somebody. Everybody find somebody. I know I could tell my struggles because I'm from Middle Georgia, so it's kind of like small area. So we don't have a lot of mental health providers like Atlanta or the bigger cities would have. So I know it's a hard time finding them, but once you find it, you'll make it worth it. It's no different than getting your nails done all the time, or we just have to invest in our mental health, in our health. We have to invest in it. So one of those days where I'm gonna spend $50, $60 to get my nails done, let that be your copay for mental health treatment. So these are a few resources that I found, and like I said, I know it's a struggle finding them, but just make sure you find somebody who aligns with your views and who you feel supports you. Um, and just know that mental health matters, and you have to seek mental health therapy. Now, if you or someone are in immediate danger of harming themselves and others, you need to call 911. You need to call 911. Do not take any threats lightly, even if they say, oh, I'm just playing or anything like that. Don't take it lightly. Call 911 and let trained professionals do their assessment and go about their way, see how they feel about it. But I just want you guys to remember, regardless of how much it costs, the struggle of actually finding one, once you find it, seek treatment. Just seek treatment, you guys. Prioritizing this. This is your health. This is your health. All right, and then next slide. And these is just a list of my references. So, do you have any questions? Comments? Oh, somebody in the comments said there are many free support, yes. Okay, can you put the resources slide up again? One of the resources. There you go. Or whoever asked that. Those are just some local resources for Georgia. What is a good, okay, what is a good or gentle way to encourage someone or suggest someone to seek therapy? Just ask people, hey, you seem different. You know how they had a commercial, eat a Snickers, you're not you when you don't have a Snickers? Kind of talk to them about that. Hey, is everything okay? I've been noticing that, you're very different from how you've usually been. Just kind of be the first person to initiate the conversation and let them know, if they're going through things your control, let them know. Have you thought about talking to somebody who's trained to do this? Have you thought about seeking mental health? And just let them know that, it's normal. A lot of people have mental health. Just keep talking and encouraging them and letting them know that they're not alone. Okay, a lot of people are putting a lot of suggestions in the comment box. Well, thank you guys so much for this wonderful session. This has been great. I really enjoy you guys so much. And I just want to thank you again because you could have been anywhere else, but you guys chose to be here on this Saturday. So you're taking initiative in your mental health.
TeQuiera, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, first I want to say thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. I think that you really hit on a lot of points that mothers deal with. One thing that really stands out to me is like the triggers. For me as a mom of 4, I had to start paying attention to the things that triggered certain things inside of me mentally, emotionally. One thing, being on social media, looking at other moms killing it, looking like they have the same load of responsibilities as me. And then another thing is, I think a lot about my mother and how we weren't very close. And then I pressure myself to be a better mother to my children than my mother was for me. And so one thing that it just really helped me is to identify those triggers, like, why am I feeling this way? And then so when I get to the root of those things, it just really helps me in terms of the healing process and making this my maternal journey. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you brought up social media. Let me tell you, I have cut out social media because it's so toxic. And people only post the positives. So you never see, oh, I'm being a good mom. My baby did this, my baby did that. But they never say, last night I was up to 5 o'clock in the morning because my baby. So maybe if we took that and turned it around, yes, start speaking out. Guys up on social media, and I was up to 5 o'clock with my baby because it's hard out here. Like, we have to normalize the conversation.
Yeah, I think that really, really resonates for me. Even as, a woman who has, like, I have an online fitness program for women. And one thing that is just very liberating for me is like pulling my pants down, like past my waist and showing women, girl, I got a little bit of a gut, and this is what happens when babies come out your body, and then I also show a pose where I'm kind of sucking it in, where it may appear that I'm like really fit and in shape. And for those moms who are on social media, I think you'd be really surprised about how much your transparency will resonate with other women, with other moms, and how liberating that really is,
Yes, you are so right about that. We just need to,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure everybody just knows to just start the conversation up. Start it up. That's the first step. If we just start speaking about it and normalizing it as much as we normalize waking up and getting on social media every day, we'll be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that I want you to talk about is, and I thought this was a very, very good comparison where you talked about mental illness is similar to a physical illness, right? You need to go in, you need to talk to someone, it needs to be diagnosed. And one thing that I find very interesting is one mom may be experiencing issues where she's feeling really depressed and she can take a yoga class and feel better. But another mom needs to really sit down and talk to a professional for an hour. Or another mom might actually need some type of medication. So I think this is just really important for all of the moms that are watching right now to understand that the cure for someone else might not necessarily be the cure or the prescription, if you will, for you. Do you have any experience seeing anything like that?
Yeah, so just like when I talk to my clients and I say, every baby is different. Some people may say, oh, my child's walking at 10 months. Some kids may be late walkers. Every baby is different. So you just have to realize that, everybody's treatment is different as well. You have to figure out what makes you happy. I know my therapist helped me figure out that I like coloring. Coloring makes me happy. So I buy coloring books and, I don't have to get this expensive one. I go to the Dollar Tree, give me some coloring books, and that makes me happy. So I think we need to focus on what makes us happy and know, like you said, what works for one doesn't work for the other.
Right, right. I was attending another conference. It wasn't about maternal mental health, but it was specifically about the importance of rest. And one of the examples that the presenter used was, say you're running late to a meeting and then you're low on gas and then you're saying, well, you know what? I have to thug it out. I have to hope I don't run out of gas because I need to get to this meeting on time. And then you're driving there, you run out of gas, and then you're late to the meeting anyway. And so can you just talk about the importance of mental rest and the contribution it makes to your overall wellness, how important it is to take mental rest, just like it is to take physical rest?
So just like with Nurse Family Partnership, we have like a model that we talk about. If you keep over pouring water into an already full glass, how can you're not holding on to anything else. You're not holding on to anything. It's just getting spilled over and spilled over. So just think about it like that. How can I help my baby if I'm not who I need to be, or I'm not where I need to be? How can I expect to be the best that I need to be for my baby if I'm not where I'm at mentally? Even just like mentally, physically, people get pregnant and they want to, oh, I'm going to eat right for the baby because I need to, right? So you want to think about your mental health. I need to make sure my mental health is right for the baby because I need to. Because, a lot of research has been found, and if you have mental health conditions pre-pregnancy, they worsen after you have the baby. So get the first steps in knowing that, oh, I have a mental health condition. Let them know. Make sure you get a lot of sleep. Make sure you rest. You don't have to, if your child sleep, you sleep when your baby sleep. Like get the rest and everything that you need for years.
Yeah, yeah. On the flip side of this, I would like for you to talk a little bit about maybe there are some women that are on the summit right now who have it together, they're solid. Maybe they have a good friend, a family member who is struggling with mental health issues. What can we do to support other moms? How can we help? I know you talked about, watching the kids for a little bit. What questions should we ask? What are some things that we can do to help one another?
Just, do you need me? Don't always wait for them, because we have the stigma of we have to be a strong Black woman. So sometimes we just have to learn how to, hey, let me watch your child for maybe an hour so you can get some rest, or let me watch your child for an hour. We have to initiate it with them. You never know how much they would appreciate that. Oh my God, you just don't know how much I've been so overwhelmed. I haven't had any rest, and you just never know how that's going to play effect. So ask your friends and family. If you know you're solid, but your sister just had a baby and she's struggling, ask her, hey, you mind if I watch your baby for about an hour? Go soak in the tub and light some candles and relax, or do whatever makes you happy. But I'll take your baby off your bed for an hour or so.
Yeah. I love that. Can you just tell us maybe a little bit about what you do, or maybe you suggest to your clients? Because I know we schedule important meetings, we schedule doctor's appointments. What can we do to get better at scheduling self-care, like making an appointment with ourselves?
So, scheduling self-care. Like I said, it doesn't have to be hours. It could be a few minutes. You can find, as you're getting ready for work in the morning, or just getting ready in the morning, play a song, dance it out. That's self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Just dancing out. That takes 3 minutes maybe for a dance.
Yep.
Dance it out. You and your baby, I know, with COVID going on, a lot of areas are on lockdown and stuff like that. Maybe you could go walk outside in your neighborhood, or maybe go to a little local park or something. Just get some fresh air. Get outside and get some fresh air. Change the scenery. We sit here, we stuck in the house with a baby, and we can't go see people. And COVID really has played onto the mental health too. And so, just get out, get out, change your scenery up. If you're always in the living room, leave, walk down the street, walk to the mailbox, try to figure out something.
Yeah, I love it. I just want to shout out the village right now in the chat section, because you all are incredible. I'm seeing all of these incredible suggestions here. Someone posted about putting a reminder in your phone. And then someone asked a question about self-care time with your baby. And I love that person asked that question, because I think self-care time should go far beyond the time that your child is a baby, right? And so one thing I started doing with my daughter is I bought her a sewing machine. And so I'm on a struggle bus with a sewing machine. So we learning together. But it's just been a really great time to bond, and we're creating things together. And, I really want the moms watching to understand the value of the moments that you create, because those moments turn into memories, and your children are going to grow up remembering those moments forever.
Well, not even memories. That's development.
Yeah.
That's helping them grow and develop. So, something that you may not think about, like sewing. Oh, I'm teaching my child how to sew. But look, in the process, you're teaching that, you're teaching colors, you're teaching basic gross motor skills. Like, you still help your child develop as well. So
yeah. And I'm all about the money. So I'm teaching entrepreneurship.
Right.
Girl, we're going to sew some stuff together and sell some pillows.
So it's all working out. It all plays into the bigger picture.
Yes. I love it. So we have a lot of really great comments here in the chat section. And, TeQuiera, I want to thank you for the wonderful presentation, because I think that you hit on all of the points that mothers have top of mind. The part about the shame, the part about the judgment is something that really, really resonated with me as a mother. And I saw a lot of the comments, and I'm sure a lot of the moms were feeling that as well. And so we want to go ahead and proceed with any Q&A that our participants have. I know that a couple have been dropped into the chat section. So TeQuiera will take a look at those and answer any questions you may have. And we may need to scroll up, because quite a few were coming through while we were talking.
I was going to say, okay.
Yeah.
I do want to thank you guys for just, mentioning resources that's in your community, because you never know who's on this summit that's in your area. So thank you guys so much for mentioning that. Also, if you have a question, can you retype it for me so we can go to the bottom? Just as I'm just trying to scroll and see. Okay, so one question is, how can Black culture be supportive on breaking the stigma? We have to be supportive. If your friend or anybody you know tells you that they think they need mental health treatment, support them. Let them know that it's okay. They're not alone. Um, let them know that they can do it. Just be there for them. Don't make them feel any kind of shame for it, any judgment towards it. Let them know that you're not alone. You're not alone. Everybody needs any kind of mental health treatment. And just let them know this is the first step for being a better you. Don't just change the word and the negativity that, oh, you're crazy, you're seeking mental health treatment. No. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you for actually taking the time out to seek mental health treatment. So just trying to change up the conversation around it. Yes, accepting and validating, right. Let them know they're not alone, that you're proud of them. Yeah, so another question I have is, does the change in family structure in Black families affect mental health? We used to have grandmas living with the family to help. So I definitely believe that the change is affecting it, but I believe that now we're more open to it. You know how, back in the day, our grandparents or our parents say, don't put our business out there, or you don't need any mental health. I think now the younger generation is more like, let's go. We need to help ourselves. So I think that could be a positive, actually. And just let your grandma know, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this to help myself. I'm doing this so that I can be a better me for all of us, the whole family. I'm doing this for us, you know. Oh yeah, oh yes, have a support system, a good support system, watching each other kids, yes. Yes, and we can start the conversation by talking about that it's okay to start medication and don't have to view medication as any negativity as well. That's a good thing, real good thing.
We've gotten some really great comments
Yeah.
and really, really awesome questions. And TeQuiera, we really appreciate your expertise, your passion. This presentation, I think, really hit home for a lot of our participants here today. And so we want to thank you so much for your contribution to today's virtual summit. Now, how can people follow you and stay in touch with you if you're on social media website?
Yeah, I'm not on social media because it was kind of
Oh yeah,
toxic.
you just said that, yeah.
So look,
But I'm
I
sorry, do
know
you have a
that it was
website?
toxic.
Yeah.
I'm always down for a good conversation. I put my email address in the chat box. Even if
That's
you
great.
need me, I'll put my email address in there. Just reach out, and if you feel like you need support and you don't want to talk, you want to start the conversation with me. I'm more than welcome to starting a conversation with anybody. So I'm gonna put my email in the chat box, and I'm welcome to talking.
Love it, love it. TeQuiera, thank you so much once again, and continue blessings to you with everything that you're doing. Thank you for your work.
Thank you guys so much.
Mhm.